wanted to give you a few more ideas about games that you might play with your loved one or with your client who has dementia or is a stroke survivor, or really anybody at any age. But I'm Jill, and I'm a caregiver for a man who has had a stroke. And I just wanted to share some ideas, some of the games that we play regularly. And I've noticed his cognitive ability has improved because of these games, mine as well. So just want to help give you some ideas. Some of these games you may have thought of, but there are so many out there. I had another video and I talked about 8 games. Today I'm going to go through a few more. Well, same day that I recorded this video, but part 2 I'd like to share some more with you. So I'll talk a little bit more about some of these than others. Trouble, that is a board game, and it has the dice in the middle, and you press the dice and it tells you where to move. So it's a more simple game. Younger kids usually play it, so somebody with a lower cognitive ability, maybe start out with this game would be a good one. If you're not familiar with the rules, you can look up how to play on YouTube. You will find tutorials for every game there. Trouble is one. Another one, Aggravation, same idea. You have a board and you have these little colored marbles or colored balls to move around. And I think you start with 5, 6, I can't remember how many, but you're just moving them around the board and you're rolling the dice. So it's a simpler game, easy for them to follow. Find something where they can be successful. Continuously play it so that it becomes a routine and they don't have to think so hard. But that's one of them that we will visit from time to time. We have gotten a little more advanced in what we're playing, so we don't play that one too often, but it's still fun. Another one is Sequence, and that is a board game. This one is really tricky. You play, it comes with cards, and it comes with cards that look like a regular playing deck of cards. And on the board, each card is, they're scattered out. They really don't make any sense. And you're trying to build a sequence of like 5 in a row. It's really hard to explain. This is a trickier one. We enjoy it, but you really have to watch. And it's tiring because, again, this board is filled with rows of different cards. You know, you can have an ace of spades and then a 3 of hearts, and it's all over the place. So you're trying to build, you have these game pieces and you're trying to put these game pieces on like 5 in a row. You will find tutorials in this video, so take a look for that. That's a real thinker, but it's fun. With a regular deck of cards, you could play War. So back to that simple game of War where you cut the deck in half and you both flip a card. The highest number, the highest card wins those cards, and you take them. You try to collect all the cards. We don't play this one very often, but it would be a good, simpler game to try. There's a game called Golf that you play with a deck of cards. And you have 6 playing cards face down. 3 in a row and then 3 in a row beneath it. You flip 2 and then you take turns and you're trying to match. So the card above and below each other should have cards, so I could show you this. But you want to get as few points as possible. And so on your turn, you choose a card and then you want to replace that card. You want to use I'm sorry, this is really not coming out very good. But you're trying to match your cards so that would make you have a 0 for that set. Why don't you just look it up? I have a link for golf in this video. Look for that. And I am sorry that came out very unclear. Anyhow, the next one is Phase 10. That is a regular, or it's a phase 10 has its own special playing cards, and you're trying to build runs and sets. So like 2 sets of 3. 3 of the same number, 2 sets of those. Or a run of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So consecutive numbers. There's also a phase or a round where you have to have the same color cards. Doesn't even matter what number. So like 7 greens or 7 blues. There's a skip in this deck of cards. It is so fun, and it really is, it's pretty easy if you know what sets and runs are, but phase 10 is one of our favorites. Check that out. 5 crowns is similar, where you're building runs and sets, and the deck of cards is beautiful. Every time I see it, I think that. And each time, so you start out with 3 cards apiece, and you're trying, because you have 3 cards, the number 3 is a wild, and then you also have jokers in there, or wild cards. So you're picking a card and you're trying to collect 3 of the same thing. And then it goes up from there. The next round you play, you collect 4 cards and 5, all the way up to 13, which would be the king. So each round, the round 4, the 4 would be wild. Round 5, the 5 would be wild. So it has its own set of playing cards, and you're building runs and sets.
I seem to touch my face a lot. I'll work on that.
That's a lot like phase 10, same kind of idea. And we play that a lot. That is a fun one. Let's see, one more that I will give you is Battleship, and that's another one that most people know. You are sitting across the table from the other player. You cannot see their playing area. You have these little ships, and you put them in certain places. That is a secret. And each time you play, you have to call off a coordinate, and then your opponent will see if that specific place is a hit on the ship. So read the directions on this one. But the reason why we like this one, it's kind of fun because it's a big secret. You try to sink the ships of the other person. But you use your speech, your articulation, your projection of your voice. So for stroke survivors, if they need practice with this, it is really good because they have to speak clearly and project. And then if they sink a ship, or if they are talking to you about how you're doing, hitting their ship, it just brings out the skills that you want to practice if they're having trouble with their speech. So that's a fun one, Battleship. And I think I rambled on enough. But there are so many games out there. There's so many games. Check out tutorials on YouTube, because I'm sure you can find most of these. If you have questions about some of these, ask me. I apologize if I was unclear. But I just wanted to give you some advice, ways to fill your time. Don't turn the TV on too much. In another video, I can tell you some really great videos on YouTube, learning videos. There are so many things. I mean, because we have access to the internet, the sky's the limit. You can find everything. So if you're spending 7 hours a day, or if you're spending a chunk of time with your loved one or a stroke survivor or someone with dementia, you can find things to do. You do not have to just give up. Keep challenging them, keep stimulating them, keep growing cognitively. This helps you and it helps them. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you check out some of my other videos.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave comments, and I will try to get back with you. Thank you for being patient, as this is one of my first videos. Thank you so much.